Well, welcome back to Remax TV. Today we've got our principal of our Remax Lighthouse Realty franchise, and Paul Luzi has been in business in real estate for quite a while, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about that journey.
Okay, Jeff, pleasure to be here, mate. I suppose the biggest thing to point out is that we were an independent agency a little while ago, and when Jeff approached us first off in relation to the Jeff Baldwin Group, we made the change, and it was very beneficial for us. The systems and the training and things associated with that were fantastic. Then we had to change the Remax brand, which was another change in a short period of time for our office.
Challenge.
It was a challenge, and we had some concerns, as you know, Jeff.
Absolutely.
But after we realised and had a little bit of a look into it in relation to training, systems, and the fact that it's a global group, we realised straight away we had to get into it, and we did. And we haven't looked back. You know, I think if you go back a few years now, we'd probably, in our area in Bunbury where we were probably in the top 7 or 8 in town. We're probably in the top 3 now and consistently there.
And getting better all the
growing.
time.
Yeah.
Lighthouse brand's been around for a long time, and when we first spoke about that, I think you'll remember the conversation. I said to you, whatever we do, we must hold on to that heritage of the Lighthouse, because it's been, how many years has the Lighthouse been around down there?
30 years.
So 30 years. So it's not something that we would recommend that we lose, you know. And one of the things that we encourage in Remax is that individuality, you know, letting people promote who they are or what they've already got. So not just from an office point of view, but also from the point of view of the independent real estate salesperson. Each salesperson has their own personality, and we promote that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Remax, the systems and the training that's available through the Remax group for our reps is amazing, you know, and they've really improved and come a long way prior to being with Remax. Not only that, it's also attracted a number of other reps from other companies to our company, mainly because of the exposure and the training and that's available. It's just massive.
Yeah, and look, you've taken over a couple of agencies in the last few years simply because of the fact that they've sort of thought, well, rather be with you than against you, mate, and that's been great for you, hasn't it? And you've got some terrific people out of that as well.
Yep, absolutely. The staff there are good, and they do now realise just how beneficial it is. You know, and just real briefly, I'll touch base with one of our most experienced reps that we have there. Deals with a lot of larger development type clients, and the fact that you know, we're with a global group now is just by itself an amazing thing. You know, a lot of those type of clients now won't deal with people that are, unless they are, you know, in a group that's global, you know.
Sure, and look, from the independent's point of view, you know, the day of the corner store in real estate is pretty much over, and you know, the people now, just about everybody is saying, well, look, I've got to be with a brand that's got some power, and you know, the fact that we're in almost 80 countries now, 110,000 real estate people out there in the marketplace in all of those different areas. There's got to be a message behind that, and certainly from an exposure point of view, fantastic for the public and fantastic for our people as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the clients themselves realise now that just what they're dealing with, you know, compared to what we were maybe so many years ago. But our reps especially, you know, they are just thriving in the sense that they're confident that everything's available for them. If there's any needs for them to improve themselves, it's always available. And
if we have a hiccup, what do? We work together and sort it out.
Absolutely.
Which is extremely important from a franchisee's point of view, and also from a salesperson's. Yeah, because we all know that salespeople, if they can find an excuse, some of them they'll grab hold of it. So we like to take those excuses away in a very positive way, and provide salespeople with a powerful set of tools that allows them to get out in the marketplace without having any handicaps or barriers to overcome. If they do the systems that we provide, then they're assured of being successful.
I think our company is something to give that credit, because that's exactly what they've done. And they've gone from strength to strength, you know.
Look, from your point of view, you know, leadership is extremely important. You're the leader in that organisation. It's a large organisation in Bunbury, probably one of the larger agencies in Bunbury. And you know, I'd compliment you on the fact that you do a terrific job of that. It's very easy to understand. The first day I walked into your office, I said, yeah, I like the feeling of this office. And I think we'd agree that when you walk into some businesses, you know within a couple of minutes that this is not the business that you want to deal with. So. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep, 100%. And you know, we've grown from, you know, an office of 6 or 7 to, you know, about 30 staff members now. So a sales team of 10. You know, and that's just all attributing to what we're doing with the Remax group.
And you've grabbed hold of that team idea, and your people are working in teams, your salespeople, and that seems to be something that they're happy with, and it takes a bit of a workload off you as well, for them being that semi-self-sufficient, if you like, and still being able to tap in.
It works well. Absolutely.
Well, just finally, the other thing that we've managed to do well working together is to get a really good presence in the press down there through our editorials and articles that we release each week. And tell us a little bit about how that's worked for you. How's the public accepting that?
Yeah, look, that's worked really well. The articles that we write, we put in the paper weekly. People actually look forward for that article to be in there. They look for that part of the paper and they read those articles.
And you get some feedback from them?
Absolutely, yep. There's people ringing me off those articles that we stick in the paper weekly. And
that's part of the service that we provide to you, and we work on that together. You do your own stuff as well, but it's something that'd be fairly safe to say that there was no real emphasis on before we got together. And that, when you get something published in the paper through professional journalism, writing the article correctly, and you get that half-page or quarter-page exposure for free, I mean, it's a pretty good return on no investment, isn't it?
It is, and the fact that we get feedback from it, and people actually look forward to it. I mean, there's the real estate pages in Bunbury there's 30-40 pages thick, so to get someone to get the people that actually look forward to that and read that weekly is amazing. It's not done down there.
No.
It's not consistent with other companies, and what we do is it works really well.
Yeah, and you're an isolated franchise. I mean, you're 200 kilometres from Perth. So, some would argue that, because you're so far away, you don't get the same value out of a franchise brand. But we've really focused on providing a set of services to you that aren't the same as what the city offices get, and tried to mould our services to suit what you require. And I think that's one of the things that I'm really proud of with our franchise group, is we do that. We look at the individual. We look at the individual office and we say, let's tailor our service as a franchisor to that office that they're going to be happy with, and then be prepared to be flexible and adapt and change along the way. And how do you feel about how that's been working for you?
Look, the only thing I could say there is that nothing's ever too hard. The amount of times you've actually made trips down for training courses with our guys, whether it be sales, property management, we just ring you up and down you come.
It makes it a lot easier when you're going down to see a terrific bunch of people like the Remax Lighthouse Realty people.
Very social group. But I mean, we come up to Perth for training courses as well, so it's a bit of both ways. But the fact that it's always on hand, it's never a problem. If we've got a problem, we can just ring and say, this is where we sort of need a bit of an area of help for whatever reason. It's there, it's fixed, and the guys just move on. It's really good.
Well, Paul, look, thanks for coming on to Remax TV today. As you know, this is a bit of fun for us. It's also an opportunity for us to show other people how proud we are to be a part of this group, how much fun we have working together. And I'd just like to thank you, because I know you've driven 2 hours, and you've got to drive 2 hours back for a little 10-minute segment on Remax TV. So thank you very, very much for doing that, and it's a pleasure to be working with you, mate.
No worries, Jeff. Thanks very much, mate.
Ta.
Cheers.